Hey, what's up? In this video, we will be testing a mini PC from GMKTec company for the first time. What's more, this is probably the most exciting mini PC we have ever had, because it has an Intel Core Ultra 7 256V CPU and Intel Arc 140V high-performance integrated GPU. The computer features a dedicated neural processing unit (NPU) that delivers up to 47 TOPS trillions of operations per second of performance. However, the GMKTec company claims that its peak AI performance is even 115 TOPS. At the same time, it is still a very compact computer with a typical TDP of about 30 watts and a peak power of 37 watts. This mini PC comes with 16 gigs of RAM, and you can choose between 1 TB and 512 gigs of SSD storage. Another exciting feature I would like to mention is the two full functional USB 4 ports with 100 watts power input, 4K 60Hz display output, and 40 gigabits per second data transfer support. Okay, we will take a look at the other ports available on this mini PC and test its performance in benchmarks, games, office tasks, and everyday home use. Let's start our review of the GMKTec K13 Mini PC with the unboxing. The computer comes in this box. Apart from the logo on the front and the manufacturer's info on the back, there is nothing else on it. When you open the box, you see the mini PC right away. We will come back to it a little later, then address an envelope with a user guide and a warranty card. You will also find an HDMI cable, power cable, power adapter, and a VESA mount in the package. This is pretty much the standard package contents for most mini PCs. It is all you need to power up the computer and connect it to a monitor. Talking about design, the GMKTec K13 Mini PC is different from the ones we have had before. As you can see, it has a rectangular shape, while most other mini PCs are square. Actually, if I saw this computer on desk, I would think it was some kind of docking station. It is really compact for a computer. Its dimensions are 187 by 87 by 40 mm. The weight is 515 grams. It is made entirely of matte black plastic, while the bottom panel is green, which is the brand's signature color. There are 4 rubber feet at the bottom, as well as cooling vents. There are also ventilation holes on the sides and back of the mini PC. By the way, it is reported that the computer is equipped with a superconducting copper turbine fan and dual 3D surround air inlets. This cooling system delivers quieter and more efficient heat dissipation. We will try to look at it once we open the case. When it comes to connectivity options on the GMKTec K13 Mini PC, it has two USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports with a 10 gigabits per second data transfer and a 3.5mm audio jack on the front. There is also a power button on the front. The back panel features a DC-in power input, two full functional USB 4 ports, HDMI 2.1, USB 2.0, and 5G RJ45 Ethernet port. There is also a reset button and security lock slot on the back, so you can connect 3 monitors to this computer using HDMI and 2 USB-C ports. This is not a common feature on mini PCs. By the way, the GMKTec K13 Mini PC also supports Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. Now let's see what's inside this computer. All we need to do is unscrew the single screw on the bottom and remove the cover. Here we see the Wi-Fi module, the CMOS battery, and two M.2 2280 PCIe 4.0 slots. I have a single 1TB drive installed, but the computer supports expanding the internal storage up to 16 TB. As for the RAM, it is built in and cannot be expanded. You can disassemble the computer further, but I will not be doing that right now. There is an official video showing how to take the mini PC apart. You can watch it by the link in description. Now let's turn on the computer, and I want to check its boot speed right away. As you can see, it took 22 seconds to start up, which is pretty fast. However, keep in mind that I have already installed all the benchmarks and games on it, so it is not exactly out of the box. So the GMKTec K13 Mini PC is running the Windows 11 Pro operating system. It is already activated right out of the box, so you don't need to do anything. There's already a software update available, but I will install it later. You can use the Windows Store to download the apps or games you want. By the way, I saw on the official website that the GMKTec K13 Mini PC comes with dual OS. The second operating system is the OpenClaw, which is a personal AI assistant. However, I couldn't find it on my computer. It seems I only have Windows 11 Pro. If you want a second operating system, you will need to select that option on the website when you buy the mini PC. Talking about the built-in storage, I have already shown you that my mini PC is equipped with a single 1TB SSD. However, you can install a second on this computer. Overall, it supports up to 16 TB of built-in storage. Let's check the read and write speeds, because as you know, a computer's performance depends a lot on the SSD, specifically on how fast the system boots up, programs launch, files transfer, and so on. So the reading speed is 7100 megabits per second, and the writing speed is 6250 megabits per second. You know, that's very impressive. I am not really surprised by the speed, since we have tested several SSDs like this on our channel, but I am surprised that the mini PC comes with it pre-installed, so you don't have to buy one separately. This is a very good SSD, and given the current shortage on the market, it is quite expensive. One of the main features of GMKTec K13 Mini PC is the Intel Core Ultra 7 256V CPU. This is an 8-core mobile processor from the Lunar Lake family. It comes with integrated Intel Arc Graphics 140V. On the CPU benchmark website, this processor has a 19550 multi-thread rating and 4020 single-thread rating. You know, this is the highest single-thread rating I have seen on the mini PCs. We will test the performance in benchmark tests and games a little later, but for now, let's check out the TDP. The Intel Core Ultra 7 256V CPU has a typical TDP of 17 watts and a peak TDP of 37 watts. In this program, we can see that the computer consumes only 2 watts in standby mode. When I ran the stress test, the TDP increased to 20 watts. So this is a very power-efficient computer. Other mini PCs with similar performance that I tested consumed up to 60 watts. Talking about fan noise, I already told you that the GMKTec K13 Mini PC has a built-in fan with dual copper heat pipes. You know, I cannot hear the fan at all when the computer is in standby mode. The noise level is only about 38 decibels. Even when I ran the stress test, the fan still didn't turn on. I only heard the fan noise when I was playing games, but it was only a few decibels higher, 42 maximum. This is very quiet and power-efficient mini PC. You know, the Intel Core Ultra 7 256V CPU is designed specifically for modern AI PCs. It even comes with a dedicated neural processing unit called Intel AI Boost. We can see the NPU performance in the Task Manager. When you open Device Manager, you will also find a neural processor. You can check its driver version here and update it if necessary. In short, the Intel AI Boost is a dedicated hardware within the processor designed to execute AI-related tasks faster and more efficiently. It actually improves performance by offloading work from the CPU. It is reported that the GMKTec K13 Mini PC supports 47 TOPS. TOPS is a simple acronym for tera operations per second, or a trillion operations per second. We can test the computer's AI performance using the Geekbench AI benchmark. The single precision score is 2548, a half precision score is 1207, and the quantized score is 5352. To be honest, that doesn't tell me much, but we can compare the results with other processors. You can also go to the NP Universe website and test the AI power. The GMKTec K13 Mini PC is powerful, and you can use it for AI video and image generation, but not for AI complex games. I also installed a separate program called NPU Check and test the AI performance across different models. The average speed in a simple model is 354 tokens per second. It is 55 tokens per second. In the more complex model, and 20 tokens per second in the most complicated model. So this is my first mini PC, and that we can really be called an AI computer because it has a dedicated neural processor. And now let's test the CPU and GPU performance of the GMKTec K13 Mini PC using benchmarks. As expected, this computer has a very high single-core score in Geekbench 6, over 2700 points. The multi-core score is also high, but not the highest I have seen on a mini PC. Overall, we see a similar picture in other benchmarks, such as Cinebench R23 and Passmark. A very good single-core performance, and I would say an average multi-core performance. In the PCMark 10 benchmark, we can see an overall score of 8160 points. The graph says that the performance of this mini PC is better than a gaming laptop and are very close to a gaming PC. That's very impressive. As for GPU performance, the GMKTec K13 Mini PC has above average scores in the TimeSpy and Firestrike tests of the 3DMark benchmark. Actually, I haven't seen this mini PC positioned as a gaming computer, but I think you can play games on it. Let's give it a try. I have downloaded Counter-Strike 2, PUBG Battlegrounds, Fortnite, Forza Horizon, and Cyberpunk 2077. I think these are pretty heavy games for a mini PC. Let's start with CS2. Even though I have a 2K monitor, I set the in-game resolution to 1080p. The graphics quality is high. As you can see, the game runs very smoothly, with no lag. The graphics are also good. You can play CS2 on the GMKTec K13 Mini PC without any problems. The next game is PUBG Battlegrounds. Here we also selected a 1080p resolution and ultra graphics settings. This game also runs perfectly. It is really comfortable to play on this computer. The settings for the next game, Fortnite, are 1080p resolution and medium graphics. The average FPS is about 50. The game runs very smoothly. You know, I am starting to think that it is a gaming mini PC. Okay, now let's try some more demanding games, such as Forza Horizon and Cyberpunk 2077. The settings for the racing game are the same 1080p resolution and high graphics. It runs pretty well, although perhaps not as smoothly as previous games. The average FPS is about 30. The last game for today is Cyberpunk 2077, and it also runs very good at 1080p resolution and high graphics settings. By the way, my main computer, which is the most powerful one I have tested recently, ran the Cyberpunk 2077 at about 20 FPS. On the GMKTec K13 Mini PC, the average FPS in the Cyberpunk 2077 is 30. I think that's great. So I can confidently say that this mini PC is suitable for medium and even for some heavy games. Since the GMKTec K13 Mini PC has proven itself for AI and gaming, I don't think it will have any problems with office and home tasks. But let's check it out. First, you can play 4K videos on streaming platforms, such as YouTube. It runs very smoothly. Moreover, you can open at least 10 tabs with 4K videos and switch between them without any lags. Even with 16 gigs of RAM, the mini PC has no problems with multiple tabs in the Google Chrome browser. As for the office tasks, first, you can edit videos in Adobe Premiere Pro on this mini PC. You know, this is my profession because I make videos for YouTube, including the one you are watching right now, so I pay special attention to this. GMKTec K13 Mini PC is really good for video editing. What's more, exporting a 1-minute 4K video took only 18 seconds, which is very fast. For example, it took my main computer 31 seconds to export a 4K video of the same length. The mini PC also comes with the Microsoft 365 pre-installed, with Office apps such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. You will probably need them for work or study. So I am actually surprised by the GMKTec K13 Mini PC. When I saw its compact design and only 16 gigs of RAM, I didn't expect much from it. Actually, I was even a little disappointed to find that it has 16 gigs of built-in non-expandable RAM. But in fact, this is more than enough for most tasks, including AI, gaming, office work, and home use. The pre-installed SSD is excellent. I have never seen such a fast SSD in a mini PC. Usually, they are pretty slow, and you have to buy one separately. The SSD in this mini PC is very good. In addition, you can install a second drive if you want. This computer is also very power efficient, consuming a maximum of 20 watts and runs quietly, despite its advanced cooling system. Perhaps the main feature of the GMKTec K13 Mini PC is its processor, Intel Core Ultra 7 256V with built-in NPU. Thanks to the dedicated neural processing unit, the computer delivers very good AI performance. You know, I didn't expect this, but the mini PC is also great for medium and even heavy games. I really enjoyed playing with high graphics settings. So the GMKTec K13 is the best Intel-based mini PC I have tested, and probably one of the best overall. I definitely recommend it. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon!